of the tunnel to the delight of this sold-out crowd as his guys get set to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. These folks are ready, and we are underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Now Ryan on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Ryan now to throw on third down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. With it is Brown. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And 10, it's Roethlisberger. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd and 5. Now it's Roethlisberger. And it's complete to Jesse James. And a big tackle there as the defender runs right through him. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. For the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell, trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And a couple of big boys up front defensively, and in that 4-3, those D tackles so vital.
Extremely vital. I love how you described that, because if they control things up front, often it's over the guard. Sometimes they slide and make it over the center. It's really hard to get a play started then, because a lot of teams want to start inside out running the football. But against a good 4-3, you may not find any space. And on that play, there was 0 space, no gain.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Roethlisberger. He completes it to Bryant. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. A Steeler first down, Roethlisberger to Bryant. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Now a first down carry by Bell. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Play clock winding down.
Here we go.
And now Roethlisberger signals for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Freeman. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit right at the 20.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. Here's Ryan to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 23 yards on the play. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. On first down, Ryan. And this one brought in by Sanu. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Offense in a good spot here. 2nd and 2. Going to give it to Freeman. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Here comes the D swarming to the line. And now here's a sneak, maybe looking to run a little time. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Ryan to Sanu. Good for an Atlanta first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off. It's the Pro Bowl corner, Joe Hayden with it. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll make this a 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with 3rd down and just a yard to go. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going deep for Brown. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Javon Hargrave getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. On 2nd down, Ryan. Here's Sanu on the catch. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Ryan, he's got Sanu. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And able to pick up the 1st across midfield to the 47. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of 6 there on first. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Here's Ryan. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Now it's Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off. It's J.J. Wilcox. Past the 20. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked off that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Caught by Sanu. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Fresh set of downs here. They go play action here on first down. The left side completion to Jones. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. He hits his target. It's the tight end, Toilolo. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Throwing again, Ryan. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Now Ryan. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And now a long one for Matt Bryant. He's hit from 62 in his career, but that was all the way back in 2006. This will be from 56 yards out. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. Second down now after the incompletion. Here's Roethlisberger. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. On 3rd down, here's Bell. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And we've seemingly lost communication with Larry. Good news, though, both teams somehow already back on the field and ready for the 3rd quarter. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. On the return, Fitzgerald to Son. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. It's caught by Bryant. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And it's 3rd down. Pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. It's caught over the middle, Hooper. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A Falcon 1st down. Ryan to his young tight end, Hooper.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Running right, this is Freeman. And some room to roam that. And I think the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger. Bryant has it, and he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Keanu Neal. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
After the interception, here's Ryan. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Now Ryan on second down. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That throw good for only a couple and brings up third down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
The Falcons on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They snap it at 1. Now Ryan. That's complete. Hooper. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Freeman looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Back now here on EA Sports. On second down, Ryan throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there, and that takes us from second to third down.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On third down, Ryan. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 38. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Scoring has really been at a premium. And, Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. And their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. A big hit. Knocked down sideways right around the 31. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Here's a give to Bell running left. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
4 yards remaining now on second down. They'll go again with Bell. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And in this situation with a lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Here we go.
On second down, it's Bell. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Looks like the defense in press coverage here on third down. That's Bell. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
One of the things I love about this game is there's a match of wits throughout the game. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to catch someone off guard? It's like the offense thought they might catch the defense off balance with that play call, but unfortunately, that didn't work for them.
And Boswell's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a big one there as that gives them a little cushion.
And you know, here in the fourth quarter, the fact that they were able to bleed some time off the clock and put points on the board, even if it's only 3, that could turn out to be the drive that ultimately wins them the game.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Now a handoff. Running left is Bell. And some room to maneuver. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. Second down a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. Roethlisberger now to throw on third down. Going deep here and intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Robert Alford. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And this will probably be the last play they can squeeze in here before the 2-minute warning.
Defense always has to be careful in this situation. A lot of teams like to take a shot.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This is fielded at the goal line. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, and if I would get...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Mike Mitchell, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It give it, and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. The storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody.